Good morning, Ira Epstein, and here I am back. Back from beautiful Florida. That's where I went down to for the weekend. And it is Monday, the 22nd of May, 2023, 8:15 a.m. Central Time. You want to see inflation and housing at work? I recommend you go to Southern Florida. I was on the East Coast in Boca. Shocked. That's an understatement. Shocked at what I saw. Prices, the amount of building going on, the amount of influx there, the amount of traffic in just a year that has taken off. I go there fairly regularly, and I was absolutely blown away. I'm looking at homes that were, $700,000 2 years ago. I swear to you, they're $4 million today. I know people think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Raw land, forget the house. $1.6 million, $1.7 million for small lots, not on the water. I'm talking inland there. And yes, I was only in Boca. I didn't do a lot of traveling around this trip and so on. Didn't want to. I saw how the expressway was and I gave up on it. All right. The nice part was when I go away like that, I try not for a couple of days, I'm talking short trips, to look at the market, which is exactly what I did. I do take my portable computer with me. I've got everything I need. I never opened it, never took it out of its case, didn't read a financial newspaper. So you come back and you get ideas. And obviously, what we're dealing with first, and it's a three-step process or two-step process. The first step is the debt ceiling. Where are we going to go? They're trying to confuse you with dates. Miss Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, June 1st. That is when we could be out of cash. It could go a little longer, but that's when she thinks. Goldman Sachs, no, it's probably closer to the 8th of June. And others will go, well, if you can make it one more week after that, you're going to get money from the states flowing back into the Treasury. And they'll get a big amount of cash that comes in. That's a seasonal play. What does that do to get the debt ceiling done? Obviously, today's talk between Biden and McCarthy is going to be very important. Can they get people off center? The staffers did meet on Sunday night at 6 p.m. for 2 hours. That doesn't sound to me like they're working around the clock to getting a deal done. That's the first thing. Number two, who's going to blink? How do you get a deal done? And nobody has told me how they're going to get it through Congress. You got two chambers of Congress to get this through, and you want me to think that everybody there is going to go, yeah, of course, we're going to go along with it. We don't dare put the country into debt default. Okay. You do need majorities. You might get crossovers to get that done. I can see it because I don't think you'll get everybody to vote on party lines to go into a default. I get it. Then the next thing, we're getting so many mixed signals from the different Fed members. I think the majority are still staying on the hawkish side. When I looked over this morning and read what went on over the past 3-4 days as I didn't keep up with it, obviously Fed Chair Powell, the lead voice, saying that there'll be a point in time, it might be now, where we sit back and pause. What he didn't say is it's going to be data dependent, and I think it will be. If you get the wobbles, that's the word that I want to use, wobbles, where you start seeing the jobs data, the CPI data starting to come down for the month of May, and we'll get those before the June 14th meeting, then I can understand that people want to take a look and say, let's just see. That does not mean they're pivoting down, but you have to get those wobbles. If you get strength in those numbers, I don't see how the Fed stops right here. I saw Bullard talking as much as a 6% number that you might have to go. Kashari, he's been talking, he's been the big dove, and he's still staying there. Yet he's saying, well, there'll be a point where we want to see, but seeing is clearly not where we're saying you're pivoting down. It might be a temporary pause. And I think what they're all looking at is what's going on in the UK, what's going on in Australia, Canada. As soon as you try to pause, the numbers seem to jump back on you. And that's the deal we're going to work with. As for employment, I'm not seeing it weak. I mean, help wanted signs in all over Florida, construction work like crazy that I saw in that area. I mean, crazy. Never saw so much construction on single-family homes and apartment buildings that I saw in the area that we were in. And again, I've been going down there 20 some odd years. So, I do know the area fairly well, not as good as if I was living there right now. Then I looked at the grain market. This is the third thing. And I don't see how you get away from the fact that you're fighting a world market where Brazil came out with a monstrous amount of grain. They can undercut the U.S. with the value of their real. So as you get these rallies in the market, I just think you're going to have willing sellers on hard rallies waiting to dump it. And I think China is going to keep canceling, not purchasing from the U.S. as long as the price differential is there. And they look at what's going on the West Coast as you have to load it on a ship. And sometimes there's $1.50 difference on a bean bushel. Why would you buy that? I think you can do different. As for the bonds and the notes, the obvious thing that hits me is the market is sitting here with the 2-10-year trading in the 60 level. It got as cheap recently as in the low 50s. It had been a month and a half ago at 105. I had predicted 6 months ago it would go over 100. It did what I thought. Now down here, I feel it's no man's land. The market acts like a market that believes that if the Fed can get into a pause rate, that these rates are too high, yet it's fighting with the debt ceiling, not sure what to do, and that's what you're going to be fighting. So if you're going to take your shots, be ultra careful. In the metal market, you're down $100 an ounce from the peak here. In the copper market, what will keep that market under pressure is the combination of China having nothing but serious problems. Now for the week, as I'm looking at what's going on, today, China came out with the prime load rate, and they held the 5-year and the 1-year. They made no changes. Eurozone consumer confidence coming out. I didn't look at the numbers yet, but I'm sure they're about there. Then we get three Federal Reserve presidents talking today. We get Bullard, Bostic, and Barkin talking. Eurozone manufacturing is tomorrow. We get new home sales tomorrow. Dallas Fed President Logan speaks tomorrow. But we don't get any major information until U.S. consumer income and wholesale inventories, durable goods, and the University of Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. So you have what I call a light schedule coming forward on you all week. Take that into account. Remember, the Memorial Day is coming too, so you will get that funny type of trade as we get ready for that one-day holiday and then back to the marketplace. You know, one of the most popular signals you get in these markets is this signal, the outside day. Do you know how to work with it? I've created a course for you because you see this signal all the time. It's typically a continuation signal, but when you violate it in a certain manner, it's a trap. And the continuation becomes one where all of a sudden that move stops on you. I review outside days, up, down, give you the definition, show you the patterns that I look at on ETFs, the stock market, the futures market. I put it all together. And again, this is something you're seeing on your charts over and over. To go with it, we give you access to our twice daily morning update and, of course, the charting software, which is so important. Remember, on the charting software, if you get TradingView, you can go to our website under the website, underneath software. It is there. You can sign up for it right there, and you'll be able to work with this as well at that point in time. Otherwise, we'll give you the charting software to do this. So you can go to our website. Under the word education, the course is there. You can click up here that way. I'll see you at the end of the day with your market wrap-ups. It's good to be back, and I'm ultra refreshed. You have a great day. I'll catch you at the end of the day.